thank you so much for joining us on Break of Dawn Newspaper Review. My name is DELE ADEYANJU, and I'm happy to be here today. Tayo is there too.
Okay, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us in another edition of the Break of Dawn Newspaper Review, reaching you live from our studio, 32 FM 94.9, the station that is filling the world with laughter. Once again, thank you for joining us. We have, of course, some papers here. I have Daily Trust here, I have Premium Times, I have The Guardian, and I have Daily Times.
Here I have the Punch newspaper, Vanguard, Independence, and the Nigerian Tribune. All right, I'll take stories from the Punch newspaper today. Bauchi to vaccinate 400,000 children against measles. Federal government plans electronic records for patients' hospital finances. Biden picks Lloyd Austin as defense secretary. As the Nigerian university system dies, that's a write-up also on the Punch newspaper today. APC holds NEC meeting today, false litigation. What is on the title? Professor. That's going to make an interesting read, I assure you. And reps tackle PDP caucus over call for Buhari's impeachment. Buhari to address joint National Assembly sitting on Thursday. Women seek 50 million naira, 25 million naira compensation for dead husbands. Fresh NSAS protests, campaigners adamant. Buhari talks tough, deploys soldiers, cops. And also, petrol price may hit 180 naira as oil nears $50. Teenager fakes on kidnap with lover, demands 30 million naira from family. US adds Nigeria to religious freedom blacklist. Most stories from another paper.
Let's see the Nation newspaper. Low patronage as Lagos Savannah train service begins. Wike assures Northerners others of safety. Buhari wants NSAS protesters to stay off streets. CIBN advises banks on cybersecurity. Oshomole, I'm not plotting to return as APC chair. APC, PDP clash over call for president's impeachment. Let's see some more from the Nation. Buhari to address National Assembly on Thursday. Enugu Port Harcourt Road contractor owed 2.1 billion naira. Magu honors CCB invitation on assets declaration. Messi desperate to face Ronaldo. Napoli's Pentagon wants Sime back. Okay, I haven't seen my brother since his arrest in 2017. 2 foreigners caught in NIS, NSCDC recruitment. NECO probes malpractice claims at exam center. Okay, alleged $140,000 fraud. EFCC opposes Atiku's son-in-law's no case submission. Buhari urges African leaders to implement arms control. Allegations of malpractices, shooting more Ghana's polls. Obiano promises to complete roads. Let's see 2 more before we go to another paper. Ipazo presents 132 billion naira budget for 2021. Man remanded for rape in Aboy.
From Vanguard newspaper, oil exploration activities nosedive, threaten 40 BB reserves target. And 40 BP, 40 barrels per day. Money lost to corruption can provide Africa uninterrupted electricity for 3 years. That's according to CIP. Genetic abnormalities lower success rates of IVF for older women. Dr. Abayomi Ajayi. Immigration recruitment officials nab 2 foreign applicants in Lagos. COVID-19 must not overshadow HIV. Yedi. Buhari to address Nigerians on Thursday at National Assembly. Okowa tasks judiciary on justice delivery. Autogas, Auto CNG initiative to absorb 500,000 Nigerians. Federal government. Developers draw up strategies for affordable housing delivery. UN Climate Summit aims to boost ambition 5 years after Paris Accord. Boris Johnson to travel to Brussels in last push for post-Brexit deal. Biden picks first black Pentagon chief. HIV/AIDS. Keep fighting the other pandemic, AHF, urges Nigerians. 140 communities renounce female genital mutilation in Osun. And the UN applauds Nigeria's leadership role in anti-piracy war. Drones, wars, genocide, tainted legacy of Nobel Peace laureates. We'll move to another story.
Okay, let me tell you that we are live on YouTube, 32FM 949 Ibadan. Live on YouTube, 32FM 949 Ibadan. You can click the subscribe button also to see what we do in the studio. Let's go to the Guardian newspaper. Southeast PDP raises concerns over safety of its leaders in Ebonyi. Ghanaians peacefully cast their votes in Accra. U.S. universities offer $2.17 million scholarships to 19 Nigerian students. Court adjourned hearing on seized Edo vehicle to the 16th of December. Nigerians at war in war zone, says Shoyinka. Ekiti seeks synergy with police orders to tackle banditry, kidnapping. Resettle IDPs in Benue, Nasarawa, and Taraba. Okay, there's an editorial there. Let's see some more from politics. Nigeria's professional army and sustenance of democracy. Imo North senatorial by-election. PDP urges INEC to nullify APC's participation. Still from The Guardian, let's see some more from the sports side. Man United, Real Madrid could bow out in pivotal week. Olopade unveils plans for 2021 as sponsors reiterate dedication to Lagos City Marathon. Okay, let's see some more from the business side. $140 billion yearly loss to corruption can address Africa's power challenge. Nigeria's tech ecosystem gets attention on new podcast. Let's see some more before we go to another paper. Activists renew NSAS protests. President praises military floats housing scheme for slain officers. One more. Joshua has spiteful intentions for Puliv as he seeks a brutal victory. Let's see another paper.
Right now, we're reading from the Daily Independent newspaper. Youths dare federal government, IGP, resume NSAS protest in Osun. I won't accept APC chairman position if offered. Again, Oshomole. Driven by COVID-19, subscribers pay 3 trillion naira for calls data in 9 months. Reps tackle Chinda over call for Buhari's impeachment. Aribashola Oyetola feud. Genuine reconciliation not in sight. We've lost more lives through Boko Haram than the civil war in Wabua. Aviation roadmap to overhaul sector for development, Sirika. And Umahi scores administration low in housing sector. Ikweazu presents 131.8 billion naira 2021 budget proposal to Abia. Airlines attribute upsurge in fares to exchange rate, and federal government, World Bank partner on 2020-2030 sector strategic plan. More stories from the Daily Independent newspaper. NALDA to engage over 400 youths in its 300 hectares of farmland in Gombe. More stories here. Delta APC issues warning to PDP over 2021 local government polls. And Reps Committee on Public Accounts summoned Ebonyi UBEB chairman. Let's see if we have some more right here. I think I'm done here, Tayo.
All right, let's see Daily Times. And from there, police soldiers foil protests in Lagos. Stop baseless allegations against political leaders. PDP advises Umahi. APC rejects calls by PDP reps for Buhari's impeachment. After school children in Nigeria, something you can find from the editorial. Federal government working with partners in COVID-19 vaccine delivery. Let's see some more from here. Federal government, World Bank partner on 2020-2030 sector strategic plan. 2 die, 4 injured in Lagos Ibadan Expressway accident. Nasarawa safe for investors. Governor Sule assures French envoy. Buhari renominates AMCON chief executive, nominates NDIC boss. I've not seen my brother since he was arrested in 2017. Okay, still from the Daily Times. Buhari inaugurates Army Cyber Warfare Building. PDP mocks presidency over claims of sweeping poll. Opposed there. Woman tell Edo panel how husband. 3 others were killed, buried by SARS. NSCDC parades 3 foreigners for 6,220 liters of PMS theft. Okay. IBEDC loses 1.8 billion naira monthly to capping of estimated billing. Senate canvasses adequate funding for Disability Commission. It's 13 minutes past 6 from our studio here. We're going to short break now. When we return, it will be time for the analysis. Please stay tuned.
32 FM 94.9.
When it comes to watching your favorite comedy videos, are you a giggler, a snorter, a faller, or maybe you are all of the above?
Whether it's comedy, football, Niger movies, cooking, learning, or drama, go from one video you love to another on YouTube. With the new video data bundle from MTN, enjoy even more affordable, longer hours of video content. Just text YouTube to 131 now. With YouTube, now you go tire.
Uncle Dentist, what be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use Kung Fu?
No dear, na hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Hey, why did you put it in the pot like that? You're supposed to break it first.
Say who? This is how I cook my pasta. Besides, it's golden penny pasta. It's non-sticky, so it doesn't matter.
But I want to cook it with meatballs mixed with pepper sauce and cheese.
Anyhow you choose to cook your pasta, it will come out well because it is golden penny pasta.
What if I want it jollof?
You can enjoy your pasta however you want it.
I want to eat mine with my seafood okra.
Go ahead and enjoy your golden penny pasta just the way you want it. Golden penny pasta is made with durum wheat, which contains protein and it's non-sticky, so you can cook, serve, and eat just the way you want it. With golden penny pasta, your way is best.
Guy, what's in the make you scatter house like this, eh? I beg, you help me see my Airtel SIM. I carry and give Shade yesterday, but you know they use am again now. Yay! You don't carry my bonus give landlord picking. Now today you go pack out. On top Airtel SIM?
Yes, so if you don't reach 15 days where you never use your Airtel SIM, go find them now. Because why? Obonga will full on top of. Hey, get 2,000 naira airtime plus extra 200 MB for just 200 naira. The more you recharge, the more you are woofo. To begin enjoy this awoof, just dial *241*7#. Terms and conditions do.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Three-two FM 949 Ibadan, 32 FM 949 Ibadan. You can see us live on YouTube. Okay, there you can also drop your headline, ask your question. The analyst will soon be in the studio. We go to the detail of the headlines now. Okay, Osenidomu just entered the studio, and I'll be saying hello to him in a bit. Well, my name is OLUTAYO OGUNADE once again. DELE ADEYANJU is right here, and Osenidomu, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tayo.
Okay.
And Dele, good morning.
Morning, Austin.
Thank you.
All right, I'll take my first story right here from the Punch newspaper, and it's still about insecurity. And Buhari is the president of the country, so we still have to read about insecurity and the president, Buhari. And insecurity, Buhari not an invalid, says Fayemi. Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, says the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, is capable of delivering on the responsibilities of his office. He said, I meet Mr. President from time to time on behalf of my colleagues, and there is nothing to suggest that the president is an invalid or incapable of delivering on the responsibilities of his office, the Ekiti State Governor said on Sunday. I think before Austin reacts or responds to that, let's take another story from you.
All right, let's see something here from Premium Times. For second year, U.S. adds Nigeria to list of countries tolerating religious persecution. For the second time in a row, the United States has designated Nigeria amongst countries of particular concern, CPC, guilty of religious violence. Of religious violence Premium Times had reported how the country was added to the CPC after an indictment by the United States Commission for International Religious Freedom in 2019. For second year, U.S. adds Nigeria to list of countries tolerating religious persecution.
Yes, at some point it became so very bad to the extent that the U.S. had to write officially to Mr. President, who at that time they claim allow somehow the religious persecution in the country. If you look at the whole situation, the issue has become escalated because we have assaults, major assaults against religious bodies, people with religious belief and what have you. Don't also forget the first time this will be coming was also the issue of Leah Sharibu, who was held not because the federal government didn't negotiate with the insurgent. They also decide to continue to hold her because of her religious belief at that time. Look at some of the incidences that happened down the line apart from that particular issue. I think about 2 weeks ago, a worship center was attacked in Ogun State, and their valuables scattered away. Some of them were even almost taken into captivity before the state agents, the security operative, had to rescue them. What then does the government need to do? We need to prove beyond reasonable doubt because as it is today, Nigeria is still a secular state. That suggests the fact that no religion should dominate the other.
Is Nigeria a secular state or
of course,
multi-religious state?
By constitutional definition, it is a secular state, but we have a peculiarity in terms of multiplicity of ethnicity. We must not shy away from that. What the constitution calls us is that the purpose of the secularity of the Nigerian state is the fact that no religion or ethnic group should take preeminence over the other. No government or anyone in power should deliberately, either by whatever action, try to promote a particular religion or ethnic group above the other. But we have seen Nigeria in a serious battle as far as decadence is concerned in all of these issues. So what the government need to do is to protect the sanctity of the country, the secularity of the country, and the entity of the country in terms of egalitarianism. So the country really need to work as one. So the federal government, through Mr. President, must live above board to ensure. We know that some of these attacks are not state sponsored, because we also see some aspect of the Boko Haram element attacking worship center, because there's no religion that promote violence, but some of these guys hide under the guise of religion. That is why we have told the federal government at the initial that there's a need to actually come out very clean, because there's no religion that said that you should slaughter another person. But the way and manner in which the federal government is prosecuting the war is also suggesting the issue of empathy, whether the government is sympathetic, or those in government, or some of them are sympathetic to the cause of this guy. So that is where the United States is coming on board, that not that this violent attack does not take place, but what have you been able to do as a government to put it under maximum
check? The case
check?
of El Zazaki was also mentioned in this religious intolerance happening in the country, and not just Nigeria alone. We have some countries also here. We have China, we have North Korea, we have Saudi Arabia, and they mentioned Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, Houthis, ISIS, Khorasan, and so many of them.
Yes, if you look at the case of El Zazaki, I think we might not be able, for the purpose of this commentary, I will not be able to use El Zazaki as a case study, because if you look at religious belief, for example, you are entitled to your freedom of religion, freedom of association. That does not mean that you should trample under the fundamental human right of the people.
Your right or your freedom must not infringe on the
yes,
rights of
on the right of others. Nobody is saying that members of the Islamic movement of Nigeria should not go about their normal business. But the truth of the matter is that once in a while, when they carry out their procession, this procession take away public peace at that particular point in time. Look at what happened between the Army General Buratai and El Zazaki members in Kaduna, for example, that brought the suit against him. Why? There is no way about 2 million a group with 2 million followership will carry out a procession, it means that you are going to shut down the state capital. And when you do that, it could lead to a possible breakdown of law and order. So I don't want us to capitalize on the issue of Ezazaki or what have you. He also had the opportunity to redeem his image. By the time you are doing procession and the government is saying no, because you are going to shut down vehicular movement and the people's means of livelihood, their businesses will be trampled upon. So your right does not extend to that particular dimension. The aspect I want government to work on is the aspect of religious intolerance, where people hide under the guise of religion to be able to wreak havoc against fellow humans. So the federal government must ensure that enabling environment is created as far as maximum security of lives and property is concerned. So if we are able to do that, of course, at the end of the day, maybe in the years ahead, we'll be able to make a relative progress. Like we have told the government, once there is international dimension or international voice to whatever we are doing locally in terms of opinion and thought, it is not a particular call to discredit the government. It is a clear call that the government still had enough to do in terms of securing the people's life. After us, the Americans, they came to rescue one of their own. So whatever that happened to us should not bother them. But they are also bothered because they serve as the watchdog of the entire world to be able to look at the way things are going vis-a-vis human rights violation and protection of lives and property.
And also because Nigeria is supposed to model leadership for other African countries.
Of course, especially in Africa, we are supposed to take the bull by the horn in terms of leadership position.
To this particular, this particular story from the U.S., what are we expecting the president and his team to say about this?
Well, I hope Lai Mohammed concerning this story will be very professional and diplomatic about it. See, when you have a challenge in terms of constructive criticism, it's a pointer to the fact that not much has been done, or there is still a lot to be done. But Nigerian government, as it is presently constituted, I think they are not favorably disposed to constructive criticism. Anything, they look at it as political. They look at it as a way of the international community destabilizing the country. They should look at it from the angle of a challenge, of the need to better secure lives and property in the country. That is the way I want them to look at it. Let's hope that at the end of the day, when presidency will react to this statement, it will be something Nigeria will be at peace with.
All right, the next story here, despite the threats and every other thing issued by the federal government, some NSAS protesters still went ahead yesterday to mount some blocks and all that. Now, let me read straight from the Punch. Less than 2 months after the suspension of the nationwide NSAS protest against police brutality, the organizers and activists have ignored threats by the government and security agencies by organizing fresh protests in some parts of the country. However, soldiers and policemen were deployed in some of the venues to disrupt the protest on Monday, especially in Lagos. Now, a leading member of the NSAS movement, Raphael Adebayo, told government to prepare for more protests by the coalition because the demands of Nigerians had not been met.
Yes, the demands of the people have not been met. We talked about revolution the other time. It is much more easier to quell protests. And don't forget, every element of revolution starts or begins with a civil protest. So the federal government must watch it. In as much as I, as a person, I do not believe we should have another or the second wave of the NSAS protest, because I feel so strongly that we have not been able to recover from the one we have had, both economically and otherwise. There are some businesses that has gone down the line as far as that violence aspect was concerned. Some people have recovered, some people may never recover as far as that is concerned. But how did we even get to where we are today? From there is still brutality here and there, almost on a daily basis.
From the police,
other military guys, other uniformed men, soldiers, and what have you. There is still high level of brutality in the land. What about extortion? These were the things that took the guys to the street ab initio.
But the police people are still not confident about themselves. They are not seen everywhere.
Of course, over time, that would take a long time for the confidence to be restored back. You know, by the time you are a uniform guy, you see some of your guys being brought down, even roasted, and at some point, some people decide to eat their flesh. I don't know what they stand to gain by that anyway. You know, it will dampen the morale. Yes. So, however, it is the statutory responsibility for the Nigerian police to resume back to duty, because they can't abscond from their duty and ensure that there is peace in the land.
Austin, let's not forget that NSAS is not about police brutality. It's about bad governance and every other thing that is associated with it.
It started with police brutality, NSAS. Gradually, it also talked about the welfare for the Nigerian police.
How much has the government done since October to make sure that what the youth are demanding is being met?
That is what I just said. The government has not really taken any action that suggests the fact that they are willing.
Maybe an action has been taken, and it's going to take a lot of time before it starts manifesting.
See, let me tell you, the only action that was taken in the heat of the protest was the dismantlement of SARS. Whether they will metamorphose into SWAT or what have you, their recruitment, their enlistment process, that is another ball game entirely. But immediately after the protest was called off, the president appealed and said, oh, let us dialogue. Even in a war situation, we still have to come to a round table to chart a way forward. What did we see after that? The federal government took some certain steps aiming at criminalizing peaceful and civil protests in Nigeria by clamping down on the people. You can issue threats. Threat cannot change the ideology. Threat cannot wish away the ideology. You can even use gun to take the people off the street. But what of their mind? What of their belief? Has anything really changed as far as police brutality is concerned? As far as the issue of bad governance is concerned? If you look at it for the period under review between October and now, even politically and in terms of governance structure, finances and what have you, I will tell you that things have gone worse. You understand, from bad to worse.
Some have likened the NSAS protest to the Arab Spring that happened just about a decade ago. I don't know how much that has achieved, or what has happened after the Arab Spring for them. But here in Nigeria, let's look at the NSAS and what the youths are demanding for. Is it looking like a reality, or is it just a dream? Is it possible to use some of these protests and all that, agitations, to really make the government have a change of attitude and mind towards some of the numbing issues that we discuss here on a daily basis?
See, with time, we are going to achieve the results. We just painted the picture now of how the police officials are not being seen everywhere again. Why? It was because of the NSAS protests and the violent aspect of it. If you look at, we might not be able to achieve the Arab Spring per se as we speak today. That is why Nigerian government over the years have continued to take the people for granted. But we are looking at a situation for the first time in the history of the country. Nigerian government is beginning to take the youth very seriously. Those in government are afraid. Even before yesterday, there is palpable fear here and there. You can deploy mobile police officer, you can deploy soldier, but the truth of the matter is that there have not been paradigm shift on the part of the government at enhancing good governance in the land. We are currently in recession. We have people sliding into poverty almost on a daily basis. If care is not taken between now and end of the year, pump price is most likely going to be reviewed upward. So which means that the purchasing power of the people is gradually being weakened even on a daily basis. So nothing has really changed. People have advised the government and say one of the best strategies to cope with recession is to cut down the cost of governance. I have a state in Nigeria that is not too big that has 39 commissioners. We have multiple aid from the spending culture of the government. Have you seen any situation or any policy action of government that suggests the fact that the federal government is ready, or state government across the country, they are ready to actually address the issue of poverty in the land? Because poverty has a way of fueling insecurity. Those guys that are on the street, some of them have lost their means of livelihood. Because that is why we talked about youth empowerment in the country. When you have larger percentage of your teeming youth that are unemployed or unemployable, they can stay on the street for the next 1 year and nothing will happen. And so the government must watch it very clearly.
When you close the schools, why won't they be unemployable?
They will be unemployable if you have been able to close the school. Maybe for a period of 15 years, you have successfully closed the school for over 4 years. It means that you are gradually killing the educational system. Look at the ASU issue, for example. The federal government, you knew that at the long run you are going to make some of this concession. Why don't you make this concession from the onset? And at the end of the day, some people didn't work for that number of months and their salary will still be paid in arrears. So who loses at the end of the day? It is the people, the parent and the student. So the government, they don't really care because they don't have a stake. Some of their children, they don't attend public schools in Nigeria. Public health sector is zero. Public education in Nigeria is zero. Public utility in Nigeria is nothing to write.
Could you please tell us one healthy institution in this country?
I think the presidency. Of course, yes, because if you look at it, no sector is actually working. Look at the transportation sector, for example, that the federal government has made relative progress, sentiment apart, in terms of rail construction and revitalization of the rail system. Look at what we heard last week, that now that we have provided alternative means of transportation in terms of rail transportation, is going to cost a minimum of 3,000 naira per journey from Lagos to Ibadan. Why don't we make this transportation system like the Ajumose buses, that wherever you are going to, let's put 500 naira, so as to encourage more people to use that alternate source of transportation in Nigeria. So a lot of callers will agree, and that is the popular belief out there, that there is no sector practically that is working in the country today, because any sector that is not people's oriented, that is not people's center, that is not people driven, it means that sector is self-serving.
Austin, let's move away from that story. I have this one here from Premium Times just before we go on a commercial break here. What is the relationship between Nigeria and Nigeria Republic? Is it the IA that is missing behind, or just in front of it? Because I don't know. Most are Marjorie, not Nigerians. Ganduje says, I know we are building rail. I know we are building, what do you call it now again?
Importing
petrol from there and all of that. What is the relationship? And Ganduje here is saying again that they are Marjorie. Most of the ones we have here in this country are not even Nigerians. They are Nigerians.
Yes, the reason is not far-fetched. We have a porous border in the north. Some of our borders in the north are seamless. It's just like crossing from this side of the cocoa house to the other side of the post office. Seamless. You can just enter anyhow at any point in time without effective policing. That is the way the situation has been, especially in the northern part of the country. Now, that statement by Ganduje is admission of failure, for example, because if you look at it, it looks like an indictment. Take it. There are some people coming through the border to constitute nuisance in your community, in your state, and up till now, we have not been able to effectively address the issue of Almajiri, especially in the northern part of the country. It means that something is wrong with us as a government. That is what it means. So what has the government, Kano State government, for example, put in place to ensure that we get these people off the street? If you suspect where they are coming from, sometimes ago the president told us that some of the guys fighting on Nigerian soil are not Nigerians, that they are from the Sahel Republic. As a leader, what are you supposed to put in place? You are supposed to put checks in place to ensure that these people, they don't always have their way. Since when they come into your country or your domain, they rubbish whatever you have done in terms of effort put in place. Look at Ganduje, for example. I think he has voted a lot of money for basic education in Kano State. But look at the level and the rate of education in terms of this Almajiri system that we have in Kano State today.
Goodluck Jonathan spent about 15 billion naira for the construction of Almajiri schools.
Those schools were abandoned. Immediately, even before Goodluck Jonathan left, some of these structures were abandoned. Look at Kaduna State government, for example. It started with this school feeding program. This school feeding program, let's bring them into the school since they want to eat and what have you. These Almajiri children will come to school when it is time to eat. After eating, they will run away. They will go to this. They will go. It is not funny. So we really need to sit down as a people to ensure that education, especially at the basic level, at the elementary stage, is not only compulsory but it's also free and affordable. The former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, did something that was strategic at that particular point in time. During his tenure as governor, the number of people on the street, even out of school children, dropped drastically. What did he do? He built hosted, not only encouraging these guys to come to the school to eat, he built facility for them to the extent that after school hours, nowhere to go to, build recreational centers, build facility that will accommodate them and keep them busy. Not just giving them a square meal per day, and at the end of the day, they will troop to the street
Although
again.
Some
and
argued
constitute
that other
nuisance.
time that it is discriminatory in nature, kind of. Whether discriminatory or not, education is reaching many people. We're still talking about SDG education for all, by 2030. once again, like we failed woefully in the days of MDGs, I'm not sure we're going to make any headway with the SDGs. I think we have to go on a short break now. Austin Odum is still very much with us in the studio. We'll be back. Please don't go away.
FM 94.9.
Oh, guy, what's in the make you scatter house like this, eh? I beg, you help me see my Airtel SIM. I carry and give Sade yesterday, but you know they use him again now.
Yay! You don't carry my bonus gift landlord picking. Now today you go pack out.
On top Airtel SIM?
Yes, so if you don't reach 15 days where you never use your Airtel SIM, go find them now. Because why? Ogonga will full on top. Hey, get 2,000 naira airtime plus extra 200 MB for just 200 naira. The more you recharge, the more you are woofo. To begin enjoy this awoof, just dial *241*7#. Terms and conditions, Joe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hey, why did you put it in the pot like that? You're supposed to break it first.
Say true. This is how I cook my pasta. Besides, it's golden penny pasta. It's non-sticky, so it doesn't matter.
But I want to cook it with meatballs mixed with pepper sauce and cheese.
Anyhow you choose to cook your pasta, it will come out well because it is golden penny pasta.
What if I want it jollof?
You can enjoy your pasta however you want it.
I want to eat mine with my seafood okra.
Go ahead and enjoy your golden penny pasta just the way you want it. Golden penny pasta is made with durum wheat, which contains protein, and it's non-sticky, so you can cook, serve, and eat just the way you want it. With golden penny pasta, your way is best.
9PSB, your bank is finally here. 9PSB, the bank that allows you open an account without going to the bank. With 9PSB, you pay bills, save money, and start to send and receive money fast because our bank agents are right there in your neighborhood for easy transactions.
Introducing 9 Payment Service Bank. Simply dial *990# or download the 9PSB app on iOS and Google Play Store to start banking. Our bank agents are right there in your neighborhood, and with any phone, you can open an account at your comfort, pay bills, and start to send and receive money instantly. 9PSB. Now that's our bank.
32 FM 94.9.
All right, Austin, there is a report here. Chinda's called for Buhari's impeachment illogical distraction to reps, Kalu, House spokesman. I don't think I need to go into the meat of that story, but you understand.
Yes, I think the House is trying to distance itself, as in the entire House, from that particular court.
But is it a crime for somebody to call for impeachment of his
it is not absolutely not a crime. This is not the first time that will be coming. Under the Goodluck Jonathan administration, in the heat of IT insecurity at that time, the opposition caucus at that time.
And also, I think even for Obasanjo.
Yes, opposition also called for the impeachment of the president. Fayemi said the president is invalid. It's not invalid. If you look at it, if you have not been able as a president or as a government to discharge your duty, because the Constitution section 14 2B says that the purpose of any government is security of life and property, which means that the reason why a government should exist. So if the government has not been able to provide leadership in terms of solving the insecurity crisis we have in Nigeria, it means that such government is in form of incapacitation. So it should go. So the call, of course, I understand it is political. However, it is a legitimate call. The president and his party need to now show cause the reason why they need to still continue in their office. I know the president of Nigeria is very difficult to be impeached. The president maintained a very tall political stature. If, of course, you can't even move the motion for the impeachment of Mr. President as it were. But some of this call, let us look at them. Let's look at the message itself. It shows clearly that the president has failed. Even the home state of Mr. President has confirmed that in terms of insecurity in the country, the president has failed. Well, the Southern has spoken about it. The Northern Elders Forum has spoken about it.
So it's a pointer to the fact that you speak to the House. So let's wait for for that before. And I want to ask you a very valid question now, Austin. Between politicians and civil servants, who do you think is the problem of this country more?
Well, politicians, they constitute the major problem that we have because they bring in these policies that the civil servants will drive. But in terms of corruption, of course, they are always partners in progress because politicians cannot commit act of corruption alone. They need the civil servant who have been in the office.
And even the politician doesn't even know the in and out.
It's the in and out.
The civil servant that will say,
the civil servant that will tell them that
this
is the way. Yes, this is the way we have been doing it. So, but we didn't vote for the civil servant.
So if we are saying end bad governance, then we should be talking to ourselves as a people, as civil servants.
Of course, we talk to ourselves, but somebody need to provide the leadership. If the government or the elected official, public office holder,
have you forgotten change begins with you?
That's the issue.
That's an old mantra.
what has even really changed? I told you about our spending culture, our finances culture, the way government still spend money, the way they borrow money. Does it suggest that we are in a recession? So these are the issue. By the time you bring in robot, let me paint this scenario for you. When Buhari won election in 2015, before his inauguration, things began to take shape. Electricity that was not stable in some area began to become stable. I know of some corporations who have never paid upfront for a number of years. They began to pay because they discovered that a new sheriff is almost coming to town. But when the president came in, he said, I belong to nobody, I belong to everybody. He boggled the opportunity. So it looks like the credibility at that time looks like a phone that is charged 100% and continue to drop gradually to the level it is today. So not as if a government cannot bring something new on the table. When Buhari won election, people thought that the needed paradigm shift was around the corner. But at the end of the day, that was bungled, and this is where we are today.
All right, Austin feels Mr. President has bungled it. He has some years to go. We hope we can still right some wrongs, okay, and make good progress as a people and as a nation. We open the phone lines now, dear listeners. 0906 2009 49 0809 7009 to join the conversation. You can also go on YouTube, 32FM 949. You're about to drop your comment. Omobasharon Abiola Omotolani, good morning. It's a must for a good leader to give a room for criticism, either constructive or destructive. Well, I think we should subscribe to constructive anyway. Our leaders need to take it as a way to move Nigeria forward. Well done. Thank you for your comment too. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Joseph from Ibadan.
All right, go on, Mr. Joseph.
I expected you to raise issue concerning Oyo State disability rally in the state, but I didn't hear anything. Are you a PDP radio station? This is the question.
All right. Thank you. We are not.
Yes, we are for the people. Yes, the people with disability, they protested yesterday. They wanted the Oyo State governor to intervene, especially on the non-teaching staff recruitment. That the promise that was made to them was 5% slot out of 7,000, which is about 350. That presently what they have is 149. I think 5% out of 7,000. These people are not asking for too much. We need to really accommodate them. Some of them were not born with disability. Let us mind that. As we are here this morning, anybody could become disabled before the end of the day. Nobody prays for that. So we must respect these individuals. We must accommodate them. We want the Oyo State governor to look into their plight. If the rate of discrimination against people with disability is alarming in the country, and Oyo State as a case study too. So 350 out of 7,000, in my view, it is not too high for the government not to be able to do. So let Oyo State government, especially the governor, looked into it. That protest was peaceful. They only wanted the governor to intervene. So
I think the governor gave them a mandate for a particular figure of, I think, 400 or something. Eventually, when the list came out, they got less
149.
than 149.
It was 5%. That should be 350. Now they got 149. So who is sustaining these people? So
maybe somebody from Tescom or somebody from ministry
substituting their names and saying that these are people with disability or whatever. We should not discriminate against them. Anything can happen to anybody. Some of them were not born disabled. They are people that should be respected. They are people that should be treated.
Yeah, well, some of those people that get some very good care in developed or sane climate that we talk about from time to time are the ones we disparage around here.
Yes, I think it's
even
quite,
the way our social, infrastructure.
Yes, our structure. They are structured in such a way that these people will find it difficult to access any public structure. Even during the interview and the selection process, attention and priority is supposed to be given to them. That is how it should be.
All right, 009-7949. Hello.
Good morning, Tayo. John Jock is my name. Austin, how are you? Thank you. You see, in the Second Republic, there was a politician. He just says it's a diabolical jingoism of the highest order that will not work. And that is the way I look at those calling for the impeachment of Mr. President. You see, political statement need to see what effect it can produce. Even though there is a breach of the constitutional provision as far as security of this nation is concerned. Even members of the PDP as a political party will be divided on regional lines. John Njoko is my name.
Thank you, John Njoko. The PDP are mooting the idea, but the APC members are saying no.
John Njoko just said now that even some members of the PDP will be divided along ethnic line.
Yeah, this is Omobashawas. Please, I want to divine the management. I can divine management as how to get things done through people. These people working with the president, are they competent enough? Talk of the minister on all this stuff. Please, we don't need to.
Hello. 0906-2009-49 0809-7009-49. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Dele.
Good morning.
How's it doing?
Good morning, sir.
This is Comrade Leka. The president will be appearing before the Joint National Assembly on Thursday. That is not new. And I think as Nigerians, we should not raise our hope and expect that anything positive or concrete will come out of it. Since Mr. President became the president, I've never been moved or carried away by any of his speech, statement, or what have we. So what do we expect? By Thursday, we're telling you we did empower, we did money trade, and the point is this service chief should go. Anything outside that is just a game. I'm calling for Mr. President impeachment. That's not possible. You cannot impeach the president in this country. Except we want to impeach a governor, except the president of everybody I support. If not, it's not going to work. So I think as Nigerians, let's hope for the best, and we should be ready for a better game in 2023. God help us.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you. Okay, Akiyele Abedin Tunji. No nation can develop without having adequate population census. We didn't produce anything. We have more than 70 million unemployed graduates. In short, there will be increase in insecurity. And he says, good day. Okay, let's go on a short break now. When we return, we take more calls and messages.
32 FM 94.9.
Ọkọ mi, ṣé bọ́ọ̀sì yìí ti kún ṣá? Ṣé ìyàwó akọ̀ ló jókòó sí? Ó yá pé nọ́mbà ọkọ̀ yẹn fún mi.
Màámi, ẹ má ṣe yọnu.
Dẹ́mi lóhùn ó jàre. Ó dá tí ẹ ṣe fídíò kọ̀ pàápàá kí n ráwakọ̀ yín ọ̀hún.
Kò lè tó yẹn màámi. Ṣùgbọ́n ó màámi, ẹ̀yin náà má ti mọ bó ṣe lọ gan ni kẹ̀. Fídíò call kẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kẹ̀, àtìgbà tí mo ti bọ́ sórí òpó ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ Airtel ni mo ti ń gba dátà lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ nígbàkúgbà tí ń bá rówó ìpè tí pè mí nílẹ̀ yìí àti sókè òkú sì ti di kọ́bọ̀ mọ́kànlá péré fún ìṣẹ́jú àáyá kan.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, máa bọ̀ lórí òpó ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ Airtel lónìí kí wọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbádùn gbogbo ìpè rẹ ní kọ́bọ̀ mọ́kànlá fún ìṣẹ́jú àáyá kan pẹ̀lú dátà ọ̀fẹ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà tó bá ra owó ìpè. Wàá sì tún gbádùn ìlọ́po méjì dátà fún oṣù mẹ́ta lórí àtẹ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tó ní agbára 4G tó gbòòrò jùlọ. Ó ní ìlànà àti òfin o.
Wọ́n sọ fún wa kò yẹ kó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ jàre.
Màámi,
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities And how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use Kung Fu?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate. When it comes to watching your favorite football videos, are you a chanter? An analyzer?
Let's change to 4-3-3 formation.
A coacher?
Let's replace this goalkeeper now.
Or maybe you're all of the above.
Whether it's football, comedy, Naija movies, cooking, learning, or drama, go from one video you love to another on YouTube. With the new video data bundle from MTN, enjoy even more affordable, longer hours of video content. Just text YouTube to 131 now. With YouTube, now you go tire.
Hey! Make you no sleep on top bicycle. This better don't tire rapper. For those of una whenever using an MTN SIM for over 15 days now. MTN don't charge. Come increase your welcome back of woof to 12 times your recharge when you load 100 naira and above. Yes, so no be 1, no be 2, no be 3, no be 4, no be even 10 sef. Now 12 times your recharge, then go take credit and data knock your phone. This one means say if you recharge 100 naira, MTN go summon you with 900 naira credit plus 300 naira data bonus. If you call recharge 200 naira, now 1,800 naira credit go drop for your phone plus 600 naira data bonus. Just make sure so you use *161 recharge pin hash take recharge and enjoy your bonus for up to 30 days. Omo, this one don't pass welcome back. MTN can add short banker second term on top sef. Hey, where that my MTN SIM? Make me sef begin follow enjoy better too.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
It's a brand new day and I'm feeling the heat. I walk into the bathroom so I can hit the street. I'm not just looking for a shower, I'm looking for a dry. I feel like no other confidence through a nice and cool chill. It's an all-in-one soap, so dope, cause it kills germs, makes you fly, got you smelling so fresh. Yeah, plus it's Premier Cool season, got me feeling fresh for no reason. Yeah.
It keeps you fresh, it's Premier Cool. Go shine for body and you go fresh. If you want confidence and a bath is better cool. Oh yeah, give them, oh yeah, show them, oh yeah, give them, oh yeah, show them, oh yeah, give them.
Stay chilled with Premier Cool toilet soap. Removes 99.9% of germs and contains real menthol extracts for that icy cool feel.
Oh, guy. What's in the make you scatter house like this, eh? I beg, you help me see my Airtel SIM. I carry and give Shade yesterday, but you know they use him again now. Yeah, you don't carry my bonus give landlord picking. Now today you go pack out. On top Airtel SIM?
Yes, so if you don't reach 15 days where you never use your Airtel SIM, go find them now. Because why? Ogunade full on top. Hey, get 2,000 naira airtime plus extra 200 MB for just 200 naira. The more you recharge, the more you are woofo. To begin enjoy this awoof, just dial *241*7#. Terms and conditions do.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
This is John.
Let's have your contribution, John.
Yeah, thank you. Appearing before the House of Assembly by Mr. President, actually, I don't think I lead to any positive result. I think what the House of Assembly needs to be truly they are serious about the insecurity is that they must compulsory for Mr. President. If Mr. President appear before them, look, you must tell these people to go. And if they did not go, we will not find this budget of 2021. And again, to look into another area that we must send these people away. Otherwise, I don't see any necessity of appearing before them. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you, John. 009 7949 0906 200949. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Shegun from Oyo. Hello.
Hello, Shegun. Go on.
I want to talk about corruption.
Corruption.
There is no single person in Nigeria that can fight corruption. The only way we can fight corruption is each individual should change his mindset. We should change the mindset of our family, immediate family, and our environment. You know, corruption is fighting back in Nigeria. Why cannot fight for corruption? He's just doing his own. All the people around him, from the local government to state, federal government, majority of us in Nigeria are corrupt. The second one is, I want to ask up to, is there any tenure for service too? I know they are not performing, but there's no tenure for them. Why are we now calling they should go? President has the power to let them go.
Okay.
They should leave him. We should pray to God that God will give us good security in Nigeria. From the
All right, Austin, you want to react?
Yes, there's no tenure for service chiefs. We are always saying because of the insecurity in the country, the callers should also be aware that some of these guys are supposed to have retired. That is a breach of the constitution, keeping people above 35 years in service or 60 years of age, whichever that comes first. So that is a breach of the constitution.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Bayo. Can we do this in 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Great, good.
Yeah. The president will appear on Thursday. Good. No wonder. We'll be waiting. But Tayo, what amazes me is this. Nobody's complaining about this government. But still, they believe that all is well. That is what is me personally. That's what is paining me. They believe that there's nothing wrong in this country. That
We have to go. Adebayo Giwa on YouTube. Thank you. I spoke about the leadership problem of this country, and he sent in his message from the U.S. He says it's time for, what type of revolution is he asking for? I hope not the other one. Thank you, Austin, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
DELE ADEYANJU.
Yeah, good morning. Have a very nice day today.
My name is